collection, 50 million. He says, my driver, my why, the why that made me cry was my family. What's your why? Why did you get involved in this career? And if for some reason you're saying, is that why you showed up, to remind me of the why? Absolutely. What's the why that's going to have you stay committed, come early, stay late, knock on doors, right? And continue to do what you need to do. Apply yourself to your DMO, your daily method of operation. What's that why? Because how many of you agree with me that it's not can you do it, it's will you do it?
Yep.
Because can you all do it, yes or no?
Yes.
The question is, will you do it?
Yes.
And will you do it is, what's the driver? What do you keep in front of you that's going to say to you, I got to do this, right? Now, so strategy. And by the way, how many of you agree with me that if you fail to plan, you're only planning to fail? Does that make sense, yes or no?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so the second pillar is called activity. What is it called, team?
Activity.
All right, how many people do you prospect daily? Do you even have a DMO? What's your daily method of operation? How do you show up? Or do you show up to just wing it? How many of you agree with me that we are in such an amazing career that we cannot afford ourselves to just show up and just wing it? That we need to have a daily method of operation. Does that make any kind of sense? Yes or no, team?
Yes.
Awesome. So how many do you prospect? Out of those people that you prospect, how many presentations do you go on? Out of those presentations that you go on, how many people are you more or less opening relationships up with, closing? Out of those people that you open up a relationship with, how many of them do you ask them for referrals? How many of you agree with me that it pays more to work smart or smarter rather than harder? Does that make any sense, yes or no?
Yes.
So are referrals important, yes or no, team?
Yes.
Very much.
Yes, and I'm going to teach you a piece on referrals here in a bit. Now, what are you doing in the area, as Spencer Johnson will call it, creating raving fans? What do you do to make your fans, in other words, your clients, the people that have bought from you and/or given you their service? What do you do to keep in touch with them? What I say, keep top of mind, presence. In other words, that's where we see activity. Now, the final pillar, though, this is why I showed up, team. And this one I'll put in bright orange, okay, to make this nice and colorful. The reason why I showed up is because of something called mindset. What is it called, team? Mindset. It's having the ability to unlock and unleash. It's being able to say to yourselves, you know what, man? I made the decision to be in this career. I'm going to definitely match my energy with what the market can give me. I'm going to realize that I work for the best company. I'm going to go out there and make things happen. How many of you agree with me that what literally separates the people that do well from the ones that don't in the same office? At the end of the day, it's their mindset. Does that make any kind of sense? Yes or no, team?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So, would you all agree with me that if we play as a team, we're only going to what? Win as a team. Does that make sense? Yes or no, team?
Yes.
Awesome. So, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm going to ask you a question. 1 to 10, I'll put it here. 1 being, hey Milton, I am really not getting the results that I deserve in this career. And please hear me out. It's got nothing to do with competence. It's got all to do with patterns. You know what to do. You know that you got to prospect. You know that you got to ask for referrals. You know you got to go out there and do the daily grind. But for some reason, you're not doing it. And by the way, let me ask you a question. What's worse? Knowing what to do,
And not doing it?
right? Or not knowing what to do. I'm sorry, what's worse? Not knowing what to do, or knowing what to do and not doing it. What's worse?
The latter.
The second one, right? The latter, right? So this is not about, do you know about the industry? Rather, I'm not stepping up in the industry. So in other words, from 1 to 10, 1 being, Milton, I'm not really getting the results that I deserve. And 10 being, Milton, I am making so much money in this career, man, that I've come up with a day out of the week called Cash Giveaway Wednesdays. And I'll put that one in green. I mean, I'm doing so darn well that every single Wednesday, whoever shows up between 2 and 5, I'm giving them $2,000 just because I'm doing so well. All right? So I just more or less want to see where this team is right here. So who here, and by the way, before I ask a question, the most important thing in breaking through is called honesty. And I can tell you firsthand that for many years, I hid behind my limitations. And I was really, really cool, but I was really, really broke. And there's nothing worse than being a really cool guy and a really broke guy. I'd rather be really, really cool and really, really rich. Does that make sense, yes or no? Awesome. So what I want you to do here is to let cool go out the door. Because we want to talk the game of honesty. Because until you introduce honesty, the results don't show up. All right? So who here, right now, in terms of the results, finds themselves between a level 1 and a level 2? There's nothing wrong with that. Put them up nice and high. Level 1 or a level 2. And I appreciate that. And I sincerely appreciate that. Because God only knows I've been at -10 in my life. Now, who here is between a level 3 or level 4? Just curious. Level 3 or level 4? Anyone? All right. How about between level 5 or 6? Anyone level 5 or 6? Okay, middle of the road kind of people. Okay. How about 7 or 8? Any 7 or 8s? All right. And how about 9 or 10 so that Sandra kind of like do a U-turn next Wednesday and come collect $2,000? Anyone? Sandra, no money, no dinero next week, baby. Sorry. Okay. All right. So this is what I noticed. What I noticed was that most people in this room raised their hands when I said level 1 or level 2. So, if you are looking at this from your perspective, being a 2 out of 10 brings forth good news. Who can tell me what the good news is? Anyone?
You got room to grow.
There you go. Sandra, give that man a CD. Pásale un CD, por favor. Okay, give him a CD. Okay? By the way, you guys are going to learn Spanish today. Okay? All right. All right. One. Just one. Not Sandra has a tendency of giving 5 in one shot. One. Uno. All right? All right. All right. So, check this out. All right, give me your name.
DIO.
Diayo. Yeah. Diayo said it right. There's room to grow. There's also room for improvement. Now, if you really check in with yourself, is there room for improvement? Yes or no, team?
Sure.
Yes, right. And by the way, as we take a look at that wheel, is there room for improvement in the area of, let's say, your health? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there room for improvement in the area of what I call relationships? Yes or no, team?
Yes.
How about emotions and meaning? How you feel, the type of meaning you give to your day. Is there room for growing in that area?
Yes.
Instead of saying, oh, the day sucks, it's like, no, it's an amazing day, dude. Right? It's a day to go out there and make some money. Now, is there room in the area of, let's say, growing in your career? Yes or no, team?
Yes.
All right. So what you're telling me is that at any given point, if you're honest with yourself and you have a heart-to-heart with you, there's room for improvement. Now, if you're looking at this, though, from this direction to this direction, the news is not so bright. Who can tell me what the news is? And I'll tell you what it is. Because if you're only a 2 out of a possible 10, here's what this tells me as a strategist, as a coach, as a business person. It tells me that if you're a 2 out of a possible 10, it could mean that you're leaving a whopping 80% of your potential income on the table every single day. I mean, does anyone like to leave 80% of their income on the table every single day?
Nope.
And if you do, please put up your hands so we can all clap for you right now. Right? It's like that 80% belongs where? In whose pocket, guys?
Mine.
My pocket. So if there was ever a time for you to go out there and make this kind of money and put this money in your pocket, is when? Absolutely when? Now. So how many of you would gain a sense of appreciation and or find value in giving yourselves an 80% pay increase over the next 6 months to a year? Please say yes.
Yes.
Awesome. And we're going to show you how to do this in 3 short days on Unleash the Power Within. Now I got a question. Here's the question. What's stopping you? What's holding you back from being a level 7, 8, 9, or 10 in your business? Want to be as honest as possible, and on that form that we gave you, where it says on the lower left-hand side, where it says, what's holding me back? I want you to put down what you feel is holding you back from your better success. What's holding you back from being a level 7, 8, 9,